Good morning, everybody. I say good morning. I don't know what time of day it is for you. It's for me, it's good morning. This is time for a scrapbook process video, and I have pulled out another one of my Baby Got Scraps little packs here. I actually put this together with a different photo. I did it with this photo, which was my father-in-law eating some Bluebell ice cream. He loved Bluebell ice cream, you guys. And he's got his little blanket and all that kind of stuff. And I started to do this layout with this, but I have another layout I have on the 18th I need to do. For Cozy Adventure is my challenge. And I realized he's all bundled up with his little blanket, and I'm just like, you know what, this is a good photo for a Cozy Adventure. So that is going to be used for that layout. So I just pulled out one of these. This is us, we would have been on a walk. This is a park over near a house that we had. We only lived in that house 18 months, you guys. And this is just a little walking trail around that pond. And there's no town. We were probably just visiting, you know what I mean? They had to drive about 45 minutes to see us. And they'd come up about every weekend. And so we would have been on a walk. And that's my husband and my father-in-law. And I thought, you know what? It's kind of bright and fun. And I thought this would be kind of a cute little set of pictures here. Or a set of papers with this. So this is my scraps. I don't have a ton. All right, I got these tiny little pieces here. What's on my backside? Okay, that's interesting. Oh, that's kind of cute. Top 10. So maybe I'll do something with that. I don't know. And this. And then I have some butterflies. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of already... This may just be a real nice, simple... Let's see. It kind of goes like this. And what if I just kind of drop in my butterflies? I'd probably trim that maybe to some banners or something. The tricky part is I don't have a lot to photo mat here. I can always get a piece of white scrap plastic. I got that right here. So what if I do this? No, it's going to have to kind of go like this, you guys, because I'll make it stand out a little bit better. I could do something like that, and then I'll have this maybe. I can also use this black and white on the back. I don't know. Can I go like this maybe? I have this as well, which is kind of pretty. Create a little shelf or something, you guys. I don't know. I'm kind of just building it as we're talking here. Something along these lines, I'm thinking. And I'll do this, and I'll end up with like a little L design with, I got this like this, and or like a diagonal here. So I'll go figure out some stuff here. Maybe I'll just layer behind the photo. Make it simple. And then I'll just, I have to get some letters. Maybe like out for a walk or something like that. But this is kind of what I'm thinking. So let me mount my photo, and then it'll tell me like what I have going on here. So, and actually, you know, what if I use this side, if I come from the inside, I don't know. Come in here. Yeah, let me map my photo and kind of figure out some of this stuff here, and I'll be back on in just a moment. Okay, gang, so I have matted my photo. I used white cardstock and then the pretty floral to mount my photo, and then I've just scuffed the edges, as you can see. Now, the next thing I'm going to kind of do, I scuff a few more edges. I basically scuff all the edges of the papers, although I'm looking at one of them now, and I just realized I forgot to scuff the edge of it, so I'm going to use my fingernail on that one. What I'm going to do now is just kind of figure out the layers, right? So I have all those little random scraps, and I'm going to start just putting them here and building them and figuring things out. Now, here's the really sad part. I mentioned that top 10. I'm like, oh, gosh, yeah, I got that top 10. And in my head, I thought I might write something there, like top 10 things to do or something like that. Spoiler alert, I completely covered that card up, basically. I don't actually end up using that top 10 at all. So I've kind of got my photo, but I do have that layer behind. And then I'm going to build these, just basically an L design. And I made the comment it's going to be a, quote, simple L design. I don't want to pretend this actually ended up being terribly simple. I've got a ton of layers, which I really enjoy that because I did use up quite a few scraps. But I end up, in a moment, you're going to see I'll kind of build from the top down. Because if I had tried to glue this stuff from the bottom up, I would have been very confused as to where I had everything once it was all said and done. Because I'm just moving these things around and trying to figure out, okay, where do I want, you know, things to poke out and things to see. And honestly, that little pink, I think that's the pink spot over there on the right-hand side next to the photo, that ends up getting moved. I end up just moving stuff around. Now, my original thought was to take that black and white piece there and trim the scallops and use that black and white as a layer. And I went ahead and cut the scallop out and then laid it down and everything and then decided I didn't like it. So that does not get used at all. I have put that back in my neutral scraps, the black and whites, because I will use it eventually, but just not with this one. I'm going to just kind of fast around with these things. I'm going to, you know, scuff the edges, like I said, and assemble this little thing from the top down. And I'm gonna just keep on going here. I don't even cut that little tail off, y'all, because I go, I'm gonna cover it up. I'm not gonna throw it away. Well, who cares? So that gets in there. Honestly, I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you. I guess I kind of tried to, go back and forth on patterns and things like that, because there's some little stripes or some polka dots. There's actually a little printed piece that has like a calendar. I don't know if you can even see it in the video, but the real hot pink one has like January, December. There's like date. It's kind of like a calendar piece. But you can't, it's not like it sticks out to you when you're looking at the layout. I will tell you guys, this started off, I thought, okay, simple L design layout and everything. I'm going to get off in my stash for my embellishments, which I'm proud of myself for that, because I've said I want to get off in that stash. But I end up adding quite a bit of stuff. It ends up being a lot more involved than I actually initially intended for it to be. I really kind of I told myself the other day, I thought, okay, Christine, you're going to start doing these little Baby Got Scraps layouts, and you're going to give yourself a 30-minute time limit so you can get them done. No, that is not what's been happening. I get in the middle of these things and I decide, oh, I need a shaker pocket, or I need this, or I need that. And then it's like, holy cow, by the time I'm done, I've spent almost 2 hours on a given layout. I'm crazy, y'all. I pulled out my flare. I actually really intended to use one of these canvas flare buttons that I set aside, because I do think the colors look good. But when I got off into my stash embellishments and things like that, I kind of used up all my space. So I don't get to use them. But that's okay, because I actually think those may go with a Meggy Blethen collection. I haven't looked yet, but perhaps. So, what have I got going on now? Oh, this is where I was struggling, because I got my L design built, and I'm like, okay, where do I want my embellishments? And so what I decided to do is I pulled out these little, I had these from a different layout, and they were just sitting in my little clear bucket there, and I thought, I'm going to use something for visual clues for myself. Like, I was just trying to envision, where's my embellishments going to go? I didn't actually initially intend for these little frames to be the embellishment, but they end up being the base. So I'm going to kind of set these about where I think they're going to go. That one in the top, that's not actually where it ends up, but that's more like where it ends up. You can see it now in the upper corner there. I decided the title was just going to be Out for a Walk, and I had this little sticker sheet sitting there in my stash, and my stash embellishments that I mentioned, so that's going to be what I do here. And I start off a little too low, so I have to move them up, of course, and my fingernails can't get up underneath the letters. I also found that little piece of chipboard. My hand's kind of touching it. It's like gold. The little frame there, I had cropped that from something else, and I thought, oh, that's kind of neat. I'm going to stick that on there. Y'all, I was trying to use up stuff on this layout a little bit unintentionally. But this says Out for a Walk. Well, that's a lie. Not unintentionally. It's intentional, but maybe not necessarily what I started off with as a plan with this particular layout. This little piece of chipboard here says, Let the Weekend Begin, and I'm using that because they always came up on a weekend. Like, it was never during the week. It just wouldn't have happened. So I know this would have been a weekend. I don't know what day it was. We didn't have the date on the back of the picture or anything, but it would have definitely been a weekend. I find this word so fun. I'm just kind of starting to build. You can see my little stuff over there on the right-hand side. The flowers were actually fussy cut from, I want to say perhaps a hip kit paper, but the colors go real well. So I'm going to kind of just fast around with these. I'm going to just kind of build out clusters with these flowers. Those kind of go as, not the base, because the little picture frame thingies are basically the base, but they'll definitely be the major piece of it. And I just kind of make them work, just kind of poking around. There's also a few little embellishments. I've got like a little dragonfly, a little duck, a little butterfly, and a little ladybug. And I picked all those because when we do those walks, there was always little animals, y'all. It was by a little pond. There was actually ducks. There was ducks in that pond. And actually it was geese too. They could be, you got to watch those. They could chase you. So there was little ducks. And then there was like, again, there were animals, little butterflies, little flying little creatures. And so that seemed appropriate. And I thought that turned out cute. And I don't know if I'd ever use a dragonfly, So I put those on top of the little flower pieces. And let's see what I'm looking at that flare, because I'm going, okay, can I use it? And I go, no, you've used up all your space, Christine. Even this little flower here, I start off on the right and I go, do I put there? No, I like the little butterfly by itself. It's going to go up underneath this title here. So this is what I mean. I completely covered up the top 10, y'all. You can't even see it. You can kind of see the navy, which goes with the little butterfly papers a little bit, but I've covered up pretty much everything else. Okay, so at this point, I've glued everything down. I'm just kind of finishing up in this upper left corner. I did use foam dots up underneath, or foam squares or whatever, foam up underneath the butterfly by the title, the flower with the dragonfly, the leaves on the flower with the So Fun, the little flower with the ladybug, I'm actually even putting foam up underneath that weekend chipboard thing too, even though it was already chipboard. I went ahead and add some there. And just little kind of on the edges of the flowers in some of the places. Oh, I didn't mention the little chipboard. There's a little piece of chipboard that says enjoy today. I put that underneath the out for a walk title piece there because I thought that was really cute. Happy hearts down there in the lower left. So I got like wordy bits kind of in each of my embellishment clusters basically. And this is the very end of me putting my chipboard piece on there. I don't think I do anything else to these pieces at this point, but then I am going to do my rule, you guys. I've told myself I'm going to use either a half pearl or a jewel or something like that. So I go off into my little box of ingredients there for the jewels and stuff, and I've got these gold ones, and I thought the gold was really good because there's the gold foiling on the background paper, and then there's gold foiling in some of the embellishments. So I was kind of happy to have found these, and I just put 3 in each of my little cluster areas. And that is actually, okay, actually that's a lie. I will end up putting a little bit of journaling. Oh, by the way, you guys, do you see the scissors? Those are new. I finally got new scissors. I told my husband, I said, these ones over here, I said, they're ruined. I got to get new ones. And I finally got me a pair. Actually, it's from Amazon. There's a set of 3 of them. I saw a lady on a YouTube short. She was kind of showing little recommendations and stuff. But anyways, so that's all I'm going to do the layout, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the list below. Everybody that's playing the Baby Got Scraps. And you guys wish me luck. I'm making my way through. I think I have that at least 3 or 4 more little kits here. And then I may do some more. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we will see you next time. Oh, don't forget to do the like and subscribe. And you can catch me on Instagram too at Scrapping Harden. Talk soon. Bye.